So for today's workout, you'll just need a single dumbbell or a single kettlebell. You may be able to get through some of the workout without any weight, but at some point for some of our rowing pattern and some of the other exercises, you'll need some small load or some weight to implement in our training today. So the first exercise is a get up, sit up. This can be done with body weight or with a light kettlebell or dumbbell. We're going to start on your side, hug that weight in tight so we're not using that rotator cuff to pull that weight up into position. And then we're going to straighten our right arm towards the ceiling with a straight wrist, straight upward. The right knee is up, the left hand goes to the floor, and the left leg extends out. We're going to punch straight up towards the ceiling, pushing off of that foot and the alternate hand, driving into the floor, extending up, long in the shoulders, and then slowly controlling the descend right back down. Again, driving up explosive with a big forceful exhale, and extending in the shoulders. What we do not want when we do this Turkish get up, or the get up sit up rather, is slouch posture. So when we come up out of the get up sit up, we want to make sure we have good posture. So as we drive and extend into position, shoulders stay pushed down and back. We're pushing away from the floor. We're not slouched in here. Pushing that floor away, eyes are up towards the top of the kettlebell, and then control the movement back down. We're going for 5 on each side for 3 to 4 rounds. Next, we have a standard goblet squat. So we're looking for 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12. However, if your weight is too light, or maybe it is heavier, you may have to take your reps up or down depending on how heavy the load that you're using is. Feet are going to start straight. Big toe, little toe, heel, all grab the ground. Elbows are on the inside of your knees. Slowly descend into the lowest squat you can get away with, pain-free, and then extend back up. Make sure as we extend the hips, we're not losing the lower back. We're maintaining our plank and our brace position. Feet straight, knees out, deep squat, right back up out of the movement. Again, inhale, elbows in, ribs are tight. Brace at the top. It looks a lot like a plank at the top because it is. Full range of motion if we can get away with it. Again, don't try to be a hero. If you need to go lesser weight or hold on to something during your squat or even sit your butt back to a bench, totally fine. Next, we have a single arm kettlebell or dumbbell row. So this starts off like a standard deadlift, no rotation in the hips. I'm staying square in my lumbar or lower back. I'm going to pull that weight all the way up to my ribs, pulling my wrist towards my hip pocket, elbow to the ceiling, pulling that shoulder back. If you maintain this shoulder position or if you lose it a little bit at the bottom, it's okay, as long as we reset as we pull. So we're going for 10 on your left and 10 on your right. Even things out. Okay, exhale as you pull. That other hand can just hang actively or go against the hips. Either way works fine. Maybe you're feeling this in your low back. Nothing wrong with stepping that leg back like you're starting a lawnmower and getting some extra support. Going into our single leg deadlifts. So if you followed along with the warm up, this movement should already be refined and primed and ready for training. We're going to show you the ladder of progression. So your kickstand deadlift is our first option. Again, this is a deadlift pattern, so you should feel the glutes and hamstrings as you descend. Slight bend in the front knee, toe meets the heel, and we're going to reach towards the floor. Whatever side has the weight, that leg is back during your deadlift. Again, the progression is to step back into our deadlift pattern. Squaring the hips, lengthening your hamstring, and then finally a single leg deadlift with no contact from that other leg. It's okay if you have to tap it down in between reps to reset your balance, but we're looking for tension in the hamstrings and a flat low back. What we're not doing is just flopping over into the exercise. So just because no one's watching, don't be cheating. For our pressing pattern, we have an overhead kettlebell press. So the kettlebell sits along the wrist in what we call our front rack position. The leg that is down, that side has your kettlebell. The other hand can just sit on the thigh or stay up and active, whatever feels best for you. As we press overhead, want to drive that weight up. Make sure we don't lean as we press. we're not shooting the weight forward. So we're going directly over top of that shoulder, right back down into your front rack position, maintaining a braced abdomen as we drive, and control right back to your front rack position. If you have any shoulder limitations, or maybe you are restricted in your overhead mobility, you can switch to a dumbbell floor press. So as always, safety first, take the weight, lay on your side, roll to your back, elbow is at a 45-degree angle. We're going to press straight up. Elbow taps the floor, drive straight back up. This other hand can lay on the floor to stabilize. Control on the way down, drive the wrist over top of the shoulder. We don't want to drop that elbow too quickly, jamming the wrist down. So up with control, and then slowly come back down. Once you're finished, both sides, you'll bring that weight close to your chest and roll back to your side to dismount the weight safely.